People rarely admit this, but having no friends is not always an accident. It often comes from deep psychological patterns that shape how you think, act, and respond to the world. This is not about being shy or introverted. It is far more complex. Here is what psychology reveals about people who end up walking alone even when they wish they did not. 1. They overanalyze every social interaction. People who struggle with friendships tend to think too much, especially after conversations. They replay every word and question how they appeared. This comes from intense self-awareness, where the mind constantly scans for possible judgment. It feels intelligent, yet it destroys connection. When your mind is busy analyzing, you cannot relax. Others sense that tension. It creates distance. You are not cold. You are stuck in mental surveillance, and that blocks genuine bonding. 2. They have a low tolerance for anything fake. You notice forced laughter, attention-seeking, and emotional acting in a heartbeat. Psychologists call this high social perception. It often comes with strong emotional intelligence. The downside is simple. Once you see through artificial behavior, you stop participating in it. You do not force interest or pretend to be impressed. In a world built on small talk and surface approval, your honesty isolates you. People mistake your silence for ego and your independence for superiority. They step back not because you are cold, but because your clarity exposes their performance. 3. They are deeply self-sufficient. Most friendships rely on shared emotion support and small daily exchanges. People with strong emotional self-reliance do not need these things often. They regulate themselves, they solve their own problems, and they rarely open up. Connection requires vulnerability. If you never ask for help, people feel they have no role in your life. You do not push them away. You simply give them no place to stand. 4. They reject group thinking. People who struggle to maintain friendships usually carry high individualism. They do not follow trends or mimic group behavior. They question what others accept. Psychologists call this low social conformity. It makes you honest, it makes you strong, but it sets you apart. People bond through sameness, yet you move through the world with independent thought. When others laugh, you analyze. When others agree, you ask why. That distance preserves your integrity and costs you connection. 5. They struggle with emotional reciprocity. Some people know how to support others, yet fail to express their own feelings. Psychology links this to alexithymia, the difficulty of identifying or showing emotion. You care, yet you express that care privately. Others cannot feel what you feel. They admire your stability, but miss your warmth. So they drift. Not because you do not feel, but because your emotional timing arrives after the moment has passed. Most people do not lose friends in one event. It happens slowly through small patterns. A delayed reply. A quiet reaction. A refusal to pretend. A habit of staying inside your mind while the world communicates through emotion and noise. But here is the truth. Having no friends does not mean you are broken. It means your mind values depth, truth, and precision more than belonging. You cannot fake connection. You cannot dilute who you are just to fit a room. You stand alone not because no one understands you, but because very few can match you. Understanding these traits changes everything. You stop asking why you have no friends, and you start realizing something else. Maybe not everyone is built to handle a mind like yours. If you want to understand how your psychology truly works, subscribe, because this space focuses on truth, not comfort, motivation, or illusion.